I want to start doing... Since I noticed, like, ever since I've been streaming, I've had a lot less time to actually, like, do any recordings that are outside of streams, including the podcasting. So... I'm gonna try to start, like, including... It won't be a full Pokemon Go Fireside Chat, the more traditional format, but it'll be a little more casual, where I just spend some time talking about how my time's been with the game this week before we start the stream proper. That way, if I don't have time to actually... Specifically for the weeks I don't have a game and chill or an editorial going up, so I can actually get back to having a podcast every Monday. Even if it's not a little tiny bit outdated and all that good stuff. So I just got a couple more places to pull that through here, and then maybe we can spend a little time talking about how the game's been to me lately. Well, that reminds me, like, when we're actually able to get to this point, I gotta remember to pull up Audacity, because if I'm gonna make this a podcast format, I might as well just, like, record a separate, or have an audio recording, just in case, like, audio settings too low and the podcast isn't completely ruined for the broadcast for, like, SoundCloud and other similar platforms. Oh, I think that Vulpix is new. I don't think I ever swapped... Yeah, I'm still on chiptune and not the actual audio settings, but now I'll make this work out. Right. Slight chance this might blow up this stream, but that is a risk I'm willing to take. Just pull up Audacity here. Just have it hang out in the corner, because with this new setup I have for streaming, I at least can have everything on one monitor. So even while I'm fiddling around with things, I can actually still see the chat, which is an amazing improvement. This setup should also allow me pause alerts, which won't really be necessary for Go Battle, for Pokemon Go streams, but I am looking forward to trying it out when we do eventually get back to Let's Go Eevee recording sessions. I don't know, like this Friday, normally this Saturday would be when I do more Let's Go Eevee, but I also just remembered that it's just Charmander Community Day right this Saturday, so I think if I'm streaming I'm going to be focusing more around that. It's fine, I have enough of a backlog of video uploads. Okay, so mic going. Bum 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 bum. Alright. Make sure I don't got... I think I got something that needs to go out. Excuse me. Alright. And now it is time to finally get started on the first casual Fireside Chat. For those of you listening on your favorite audio platform, essentially what I decided to do is start taking streams. Because I've noticed that, like, ever since I started a semi-consistent streaming schedule, I haven't had as much time to actually record post-production stuff, including the podcast. Just how long it freaking took for me to finish that Pokemon XD editorial in of itself should be a testament to that. So, I think, like, every time I do a Pokemon Go Battle League stream, I'm gonna start having, like, a little pre-show where I just talk about the game and all that. Oh, fun. I froze it up. But here's a nice life hack for anyone in a situation like me, where you don't have to reboot the game. As long as you have a Pokemon encounter stacked, you should be able to just go to your field research, hit the encounter, back out, and that should pretty much reset everything. One of the many reasons that I don't catch everything, even though there's definitely it probably is a lot more ease of mind to some people to just freaking catch everything. Yeah, I might as well catch all these Houndours while I'm on stream, but as you'll see in a sec, I don't really have that much incentive to actually catch Houndours anymore. I could use like one more Mega Houndoom raid. Jeez, am I spoiling things? But yeah. Giratina raid hours yesterday, and I'll admit that's the reason I didn't actually stream yesterday. Like I was told to find folks on the internet that I would. I guess I could showcase my findings with that. It's pretty much like starting from this 2042 CP Giratina up to the most recent one. Those are raids I did, like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll have to check later, but I know I only did 4 locally. So maybe there was like one. I know I did 4 local raids. I jumped onto like the GoCast Discord to do 1 remote raid while I was home. Maybe I picked up a Giratina raid from a more local source and just don't remember. So I basically did 5 Giratina raids is what I'm trying to say. No shinies, no luck. And if you might be able to tell here, I haven't had much luck with the shiny origin form Giratina yet. Granted, I haven't gone hard on it, but I also haven't really had a good opportunity to just like raid everything and go all ham on it. But actually I should probably like move this down for the evaluation. Because while I didn't have luck with the Giratinas as I have hoped, there was something I actually did have good luck with. This isn't the one, but I just want to like try to gauge exactly how low this needs to be. That's fine. I also want an excuse to try to clean out my box while I'm going through this. If I go for my 4 stars here, yeah, I had my Pokeball Plus running in the background while I was catching things during the raid hour, and the nickname's not lying. I caught myself a Hundo Houndour, so of course I powered that thing up and evolved it. All I need now is to just like get 70 more Houndoom candy, and I'll be able to have a real good Pokemon for those particular raids. And I don't even remember when I picked up that on that perfect Ponyta, but I guess I don't even remember getting this perfect Alolan Persian, but it's there. I'm assuming I caught it during the Meowth Day, because when else would I have it? Oh yeah. And I also plus this thing. It's not as exciting as I thought, because I realized I already had Shiny Krogodon already, but Shiny and the Plus isn't something you can really complain about, especially when it's a nice shiny like this one. Anything else that's been going on? But I don't think I think that's the most exciting thing that happened, because like I did get some Giratinas during the raid hour, and I got a couple of them on pin apps, so was able to get some fine candy. How do you do? But overall, like, no shiny, no real great IV ones, at least any to compete with the Giratinas I already have. As you may be able to see from my egg slot and the fact that I have Rocket Radar, I'm kind of looking forward to when the Rocket Balloon comes back for Cliff. or any Rocket Leader, so I can get my first egg. It's a little disappointing, like, I actually had things set up to actually do a Rocket Leader at the start of the stream. But of course, as I was setting up, it flew away, and apparently the balloons don't come as frequently as I remember, because it left and no balloon came to replace it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on my mind. Like, there's been a bit of, like, I've had a lot of criticism lately towards events coming around. Because it's just that time. Honestly, it's that time of year. Whenever, like, they swap around the Rocket Leaders, I'll admit I kind of have, like, a little sulk. Because it never feels like there's enough time to actually hunt for the Rocket Leaders. Like, they make the shiny... They make it such a process to get unless you buy rocket radars. And on top of that, they make it so rare. I mean, sure, it's cool when you finally get one, but it's a little disappointing if you're trying to collect them, because it feels impossible to actually get them all before they swap over, unless you, like, spend rocket radars. It's kind of, and especially a shame, because, like, it feels like early on they've had quite a few good the Rocket Leaders had some good shadow Pokemon to catch. And it just feels like it's been getting worse and worse the past few rotations. Like, last one, Lapras was great. Lapras was so good that it was I'd actually be content getting it even if it didn't turn shiny. Pinecone and Grimer are kind of meh. I can imagine them, like, possibly having a niche in Great League PvP, but besides that, like, nothing too exciting about them. Besides the fact of how cool their shinies looked. Compared to, like, the previous rotation, where maybe I can scroll back far enough to remind myself exactly what it was. Because I'm kind of even drawing a blank of what they had last time. Yeah. Mine is like Jesse and James, as you're seeing on screen. The Shiny Pinsir is the only shiny shadow I got. And it's probably, feels like it's... I don't remember exactly how long it was, but I think people remember when Pinsir was in the raid rotation. The first time. That's when I got that Pinsir, and I have not gotten a shiny, minus the ones from Jesse and James, since then. Which I'm tempted not to count Jesse and James because they actually said either GoHub or Pokemon Go Company themselves that the shiny rate for Jesse and James jail Pokemon were significantly higher. I'm pretty sure like the Rocket Leaders, last I heard, had the same odds for a shiny Shadow as a non-boosted shiny Pokemon in this game, which is stupid rare considering how much footwork you have to go through them. But yeah, like, I can't believe I didn't actually keep any of the freaking Shadow Pokemon from last rotation to remind me, but I guess my point is just that they were so much more cool the past times. It just feels like there's past Shadow Pokemon that I wouldn't mind, like, spending a day just grinding the parts to make the rocket radars and actually encounter the leaders. But they just it just feels like they're real stingy on going back to past Shadow Pokemon. Like, the past couple times that they've revisited old Shadow Pokemon for the Rocket Leaders, it just felt like it was so hard. Like, GoFest, I spent a lot of time GoFest Day 2 just hunting the Rocket Leaders to get a second chance to get things like the Mawile and... Okay, hello random Kirby screen. Mawile, I was avoiding Pinsir like to play because I had a bad feeling with my luck that if I did battle Cliff, that I would end up getting the shiny Pinsir when I already had one. But why am I blanking out? I think, yeah, Beldum. Beldum and Mawile would have been great shiny shadows to get. So I was going hard on them for GoFest Day 2, and no luck. Eventually I had to give up and actually just play the game. Not be content with just Go Plusing everything. But even the time before then, is basically GoFest Day 2 and one other event were the only times that they revisited old Shadow Pokemon. So kind of, even though they always can go back and recycle old things in this game, it feels like they're the most stingy with old content with the Rocket Leaders and their Shadow Pokemon, which is a shame because that's probably the most exciting stuff that they recycle. Like, I honestly didn't even have too much interest in legendary birds. Like, minus Articuno, because that was the one shiny of the 3 legendary birds that eluded me. I didn't really have any interest in doing those. It's nice for the people that come back for it, but like, Zapdos kind of feels like it's got outpaced by Raikou and then Zekrom. Moltres, I feel like I should have been more excited about Moltres because this is a good flying type. But how often are we going to use flying types? Fire types, we already got some other things that are better than it, like Durantan and Chandelure. So I guess that's the reason I wasn't really excited for Moltres. Plus I got my shiny and I got my fill of them the last time they were around. But man, I wanted to do so many more Articuno raids, but I just couldn't. It just doesn't. It's just the way it works out when you have a raid only go for a week, and you just don't. And you work 5 of those 7 days of the week. I really try to capitalize on GoFest, or the legendary raid hour for Articuno, but that kind of just backpedaled in of itself. It was just a big lump. That's actually a few more tangents that I was expecting to go on. So I did kind of accidentally talk about like the Rocket Leaders. Like, I don't know, I'm very conflicted about this strange eggs, I guess is what all this was alluding to. I think I'm gonna try to get one just to see what it's like, but I've been reading up on things and I'm not too excited about the rocket stuff. Hey Strikes, welcome! Just here for some Pokemon Go chatting before I go in the Go Battle League. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Especially like just getting some steam out. Just missed a lot of the venting, so I got some steam out of the way. Yeah, I mean I have been playing this game since day 1, so I was at level 40 for a while. It's like I'm a bit brag, and I'll admit, like, I have a lot of friends to help boost with EXP, or like I made friends with a lot of people in local communities and some of the discourse I'm comfortable with. And like I was real early on with the game, I got into a local raid group. So even before like there was friendship properly introduced into the game, we would spend a lot of time just doing raid trains and popping lucky eggs going around for the raid, so there was definitely plenty of opportunities for me to get up to level 40 relatively quickly. And I'll be honest, I'm thankful that I don't have to worry about the EXP grind. Eventually they're going to introduce those extra levels and I'll probably have to start carrying again. It's just a shame because I know some people like to do the whole EXP grind. Just like keep track of their EXP count for the fun of it and like do calculations and all that. But to me, like, grinding experience has always been more of a chore. And seeing you on the chat now, you said you started the 9th of September 2020. Oh, that's actually pretty recently. And you got up to level 33 already. Yeah. Like, I'm not sure what your favorite methods are for EXP grinding, but EXP grinding has definitely gotten a lot easier than the early days of Pokemon Go. And congrats on that Shadow Mewtwo. Yeah, chat layout is actually a little cut off of the Streamlabs setup. Here we go. That actually fixed it. So proud of it, and you should be. It's a nice thing to have. If you don't mind me asking, did you get your Shadow Mewtwo from GoFest? Or from the most recent event going on currently? Because I have not... I'll admit, I haven't got... I'm still slowly making my way through the research at the end. The quest. Yeah, I kind of figured. Actually, yeah, if you've just gotten to Pokemon Go within the past month, then yeah, that would be how you got your Shadow Mewtwo. Yeah, I'll admit I'm kind of just taking it casually because it's a special research and it's a special research and not an actual game, or not a time research, so it's more enjoyable for me when I get the time. Yeah, I'm just putting 2 to 2 together now. Sorry for the derp. It should have been obvious. It just clicked in my head that GoFest was so long ago already. Yeah, and catching Pokemon is how I've been getting EXP. Yeah, like, especially since they had all these community... Well, I'm not sure if you've even had a chance to go to a community day yet. But I know, like, the last community day was EXP. So, if you were at that GoFest, I feel dumb because I forgot what it was. But it's in September, and you started pretty early on in the month, so I'm gonna assume that you were in the Porygon Community Day, yeah. So congrats on that EXP grind. I'm sorry for blinking out, I'm just trying to remember where I was left off on, because I talked about, like, the luck I had with my Go Plus during during GoFest and all that. Or, I mean, during the Giratina Raid Hour. You want to be level 40 in 2 months. Well, good luck on that. I would say you'll be there in no time, but I do forget that, like, they really bump up the amount of experience you need the closer to level 40 you get. But going by just the past few patterns, if they continue to alternate between Stardust and EXP, you should have at least one more opportunity. How many Giratinas I have? Well, I haven't gone as hard as I used to be, mostly because, like, I've confined myself from going to my usual grinding spot. For social distancing reasons, we'll leave it at that. And this isn't going to be the most accurate way to pull it up, because it's going to have a mix between the Giratinas I've caught in the past and this one. So I'm going to just take a guess and say that the Giratina after the shiny Ultra form is all the Giratinas that I got before during the time frame of this event. You already have 42 Giratina raids and only one shiny. Well, you have definitely been doing better than I have, because I can probably count the number of Giratinas I've done on my hands. I wouldn't say one hand, but on hands in general. Okay, that's a little lower than I like, but 9th gives me an impression of this is definitely the earliest one. So 3, 6, 9, 11. I've done 11 so far. I wanted to spend some time doing Go Battle League, but I'm actually recording for a podcast as I'm chatting. So once I finish that up, we can do one battle, and then after that, I'll jump into Go Battle League. So just, if you're willing to hang around for a little bit more, we'll have a battle afterwards, if you don't mind. Sorry for the little dance my screen is doing. Usually I can, like, casually push the screen over where I can, and it's just not working today. So we'll just leave it like that and call it close enough. If you don't mind though, I'm gonna put your friend code in now, and just gonna, like, mute my screen so don't have to see those extra details. Next stream. Hopefully saying this out loud will remind me. Next stream, I'm gonna have 2 screen layouts, so I don't have to click and drag my mobile screen, and that should allow us to avoid that issue from happening again. Okay, sounds good. I'll probably be going for at least another hour or so. So if you come, so let me know when you come back, and if I'm still going, we can have our battle then. Anyways, story time. Well, with all the tangents I've been having, story time might be going a little longer than I expected. Unfortunately, B-Fire, as you may be able to see on screen now that I have it showing, I have no Giratinas around me to do. And I don't want to add too many people's friend codes because I'm not keeping any friend codes I have from the stream. I kind of get a little weird when it comes to having acquaintances as friends on my friend list. So yeah. That said, we will be going to some Go Battle League soon. I just want to finish telling a story. And I guess I will take some invites. If you're out on the field doing raids, we can set it up for a battle or for a raid that way. I can receive raids right now. One thing is I can receive raids, but I can't give raids, unfortunately. If I had any raids nearby to share, I would. And assuming we had enough people to do it. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to give myself some sort of audio cue to make editing a little easier on myself. So I talked about mysterious eggs. I am kind of conflicted on them, but I'm gonna like take one and just see how it goes. I don't see myself getting too many of them, and that's basically what it boils down to. And then we just got that news on that launch tech deal or whatever. Weird, like, it's okay, it showed up with a notification, but apparently it's not in the news app. Because this Ghost event seems like kind of neat. I don't get the point of advertising as a new event. It just seems like a specialized time research thing, but... And it kind of like makes me wonder if we're going to make a Gengar raid still, because they're promising the energy from the special research. They might do both, but it kind of like has my suspicion otherwise. But yeah, they're like having like this weird... Oh, if you get a subscription with Food Crate, we'll let you in on this special Pokemon Go event with unknowns and Food Crate. All you have to do is give your email address to Food Crate or something, and you can get sponsor, free food, sponsor. It just rubbed me the wrong way, to be perfectly honest. But I mean, I just heard in a podcast that Mexico had a deal with 7-Eleven, so this kind of just seems like the American equivalent. So I'm just surprised we're getting it at all. Kind of rubs me the wrong way. And it's just, and those two things kind of just been grinding my gears. Like, I feel like I've gotten a lot more skeptic, borderline cynical of Niantic ever since they made the adjustments to the quote-unquote pandemic bonuses. But it kind of feels like part of the reason they took away the egg distancing was just so they could do this quarter event egg thing for their promotion of the strange eggs. I bet I'm going along longer as is. Like, I was planning this to be a 15 thing, and I just feel like I was rambling about this and that. Hopefully you guys just enjoy this. It's not as organized as a typical editorial, but it's at least something to do on the weeks that I don't have time or something to share with you all in the audio format when I don't have time to actually do a quote-unquote real podcast. For those who don't know, I have a show called Pokemon Go Fireside Chat, and the goal is to have episodes every, like, Sunday morning. Maybe upload a YouTube version, or in this case, the stream bod, over on YouTube. If you search Jack the Cage, you should be able to find it. On the Mondays. So that's the dealio of all that. So, like, if you search SoundCloud, I think I even have Pokemon Go Fireside Chat up on, like, the Google Play and the Apple iTunes gift store. So if you check it out in those places, you can subscribe to the feed and get the audio versions of the editorials. Like my last big editorial I did was just going over the history and the FOSS and things I loved about Pokemon XD Gale Darkness. And usually my editorials are like half an hour, but this one was like an hour and a half, just because that's how much I had to say about this wonderful game. So I really hope you take some time to check that out. Alright, take care. I got some Go Battle League to run.